Going on YouTube? Going on everyone? Welcome to this oh, GG's pushing down here. GJ is pushing down here, guys. Take a look at this. GJ daily time frame currently is bearish. But we're actually reject off of this resistance here. So 4-hour structure bearish, you know, looks like we're gonna be coming down to like maybe let's take a look. Probably this support level right here on GJ looks pretty clean to come down to. 4 time frame, that makes sense, right? 4-hour support there. 1 hour like perfectly makes sense again, right? You have this whole area of just like clean traffic on GJ. I was looking at sell positions coming down to the support. So on the 30-minute here, you take a look at the 30-minute, you actually have like some type of, I guess you can say, resistance here, right? And then pretty much price broke closed below that resistance level. So high probability we have a continuing further down here coming down towards like maybe that 1 hour support we were talking about earlier, right? That 4-hour support. So it's gonna be around this, a wick fill in a 4-hour time frame. So yeah, looks perfectly clean here on a 30-minute time frame to come down.
Hey, morning, Donvo.
What's going on, man?
How you doing, brother? How was your Thanksgiving? Oh, actually, today's Thanksgiving, but
Yeah,
we celebrated yesterday.
it was had turkey. It was pretty boring to be honest, but just spend it with her.
Low key.
Yeah, it's like, man, how was yours?
It was good. It was good. Pretty much the same. I mean, it's not like we have 50, 60 people over. It's always just close family anyway, so it's all good though.
Yeah, I just had like one part, like just a portion of my family came over. Like
Yeah.
one family, my family.
Oh, one pop.
Yeah, one
You have
family.
you have any siblings, or is it just you?
I have a brother. His birthday yesterday.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool. Younger than you?
he's older,
Oh, okay.
like 27.
Okay.
Yeah,
To what? How old?
27.
Ah, single?
I don't know, Sam. I don't know, man.
I'm teasing, bro. I'm teasing.
I don't know.
Good morning.
Good morning. You have a bank and USD and Canadian bank holiday today, so let's see how everything
Yeah.
goes.
Uh,
I actually had sell positions here on GJ.
You got what?
I had sell positions in here on GJ. I
Oh,
couldn't.
really?
I couldn't really. It was like right. It was like right. It was during the intro, so I cut the intro short.
Okay.
These are my sell positions right here.
cool beans, bro. Cool beans.
I didn't get it at the opening. I got a little like probably like a minute later, like when price came down here. So when price made a high and came down, made a little nib, I got in a sell position on GJ, taking it all the way down to like, cause like pretty much what happened here was, I tried to explain it earlier as quick as I can, but I couldn't. But pretty much this counter here we have resistance, and this sudden rate counter here actually closed below. So if we're closing below, we're closing within these wicks here. High probability we have a continuing further down here. As long as we respect this high, I put my stops up there, and look left, this clean traffic come down to like this support level. But yeah.
So you just let him
Execution.
make a top wick, and then when it turned bear, you just entered then.
Yeah. So I saw I can't lead too, because I was doing the stream intro, but it's fine. Pushing down here. I think when price gets around like the support level, I'm probably gonna move stops, entries. This level right here. This is a very minor support, so when price gets here, I'm probably gonna look to move stops, entries.
Mm-hmm.
You think volume should be normal today on DJ?
The pound and yen, yes. With the New York session opening, I don't know. I don't like last year. Gold moved a lot last year, so I mean.
Signals group caught that.
What's that?
Signals group caught that.
No, I couldn't call it. Move stops entries
Oh.
here, guys. I couldn't call it, man. I was turning the stream on. I was doing this, that. You know, it was too much going on at the time. I couldn't. What's going on, Samuel Huntley? What's going on, bro? Yeah, guys, I'm moving my stops entries here. The reason why I'm moving my stops entries here is because take a look on left here. You have like a minor support. So at this minor support, price can do anything it wants here, and also we're like around 7% profit. It makes sense for us to move stops entries, right? We took the advantage of price coming down to this support. I mean, we have like another half to go, obviously, but price gonna break through this minor support first if it wants to continue to drop down, which looks like on the hourly time frame it should be able to come down. Hourly looks clean to come down. Back in the range here. But see, take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minute also has a support too, right? 15 has like this. The move pretty much came down to fill this range here. So tap the support. So in order for us to come down, we're gonna need to break this support somehow. So if it hits break even, I'm fine with it. I didn't really close any partials yet. I don't really close partials until I'm like 10% profit, right? So I'm just gonna let it run risk free, and that's what I want to do.
Done. I got the course. I mean, the simulator yesterday.
Oh, a simulator? Nice.
Yeah, man. I was up last night tinkering with it. Actually, cool.
Yeah, it's helpful, no?
Yeah. Soft FOREX.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful.
I would recommend it.
It's pretty helpful, to be honest, because the ways you execute on the simulator are the same ways you execute in real life, man.
Yeah.
There's emotions attached to the simulator too, because you know.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's not like, you know, it's not obviously it's not live, it's not real, but it feels like you're actually trading real because the markets are actually ticking the same way. So it's pretty worth it. It's probably the best way to backtest, to be honest.
There's like 1 or 2 videos on how to quickly and easily set it up and put it into use.
Mm-hmm.
But once you do that, you can open like 4 charts and look at the 5, 15, 30, and 1 hour all at once and make your decisions like you would here. It's cool. Brought to you by Dominic.
I think your entry is not fixed, is later when price opening correction. Do you mind repeating that? I think your entry is not fixed, is later when price open correction this. You asking me to correct you, or what are you asking me to do here? The reason I got in sales here is because price here. My target is obviously these levels, right? So when people come to the streams, like especially new people from the streams, they usually say, "Oh, why'd you take a sell here? It didn't make any sense. There's a support here." Well, a minor support here. We understood that when price broke below this resistance, we had clear range come down here to the support minimum, and then when price passes minimum support, this is gonna be a risky trade, because price is at minor support here, same as the 15-minute minor support. So with the anticipation that we're gonna continue down, it was pretty much the entry. But yeah, if it hits the entries here, it's fine because we're move stops entries there. Right. Is Thanksgiving in Canada? Yes, we have it today, man.
Is that gonna have any effect on the market? 0.
Yes. Canadian pairs. Bank holidays are closed. Bank holiday for Canada and bank holiday for US. Canada and US pairs will be dead today. Like gold, you started probably be dead today. You know.
Oh, you said it's a bank holiday in the US?
Yeah.
What's today?
Columbus Day.
I think it's Columbus Day or something for you guys.
Man, they don't celebrate that crap any longer, do they?
Yeah, but it's a holiday, so.
Oh my God, it's a US holiday today. Okay. A bank holiday.
Yeah, man. Come on, how you let a guy from Canada know more about America than you?
Because, to be honest, and this is not political. there's a lot of people that don't even consider Columbus Day a holiday any longer. So I was just surprised that it's still a bank holiday today. That's all.
Yeah.
Where are you based on? Based from Canada, man. Based from Canada. Toronto? Yes.
So Toronto's the Canadian New York City?
Pretty much. Most popular city in Canada. I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it is, unless Vancouver is, but I'm pretty sure Toronto is the biggest city in Canada. Pretty confident.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Vancouver just has a little bit better weather than us.
Yeah, who goes to Vancouver, you know? That's like going to that's like the California of America, I think.
It's the equivalent, like living in Seattle, I guess.
Yeah.
Samurai.
It's right next to Seattle, right?
Yeah, it's just north
Yeah.
of Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, just remember guys, it's a bank holiday today. Don't try to, force too many things to happen. I was gonna take any trades today. I thought the market was gonna be really dead when I woke up. I came to the charts and it's actually not bad. Like, this is pretty volatile. Not obviously the most volatile, but this is somewhat volatile, Somewhat volatile. Like, we had 8 London session moves last night during let's see, London was right here. Came down not bad, came down some volume candles here. You had Asian wasn't bad to be honest. Asian was what time was Asian at? Asian was at 8, right? So right here, this is Asian opening. Asian came down 18 pips, which is not bad. That's better than your normal Asian session day. Yep. Hey, the 15 minutes on candle is on close in 16 minutes. It's most likely gonna fail to break this low, come close below support, unless it just comes down here. But if it doesn't, then I'm still gonna be in it. It's gonna be a risky trade, anyways, right? Because this candle is still able to come down. It's still gonna close bearish, so that's all that matters. It's gonna close bearish. I have some range to come down here, so it's a risky trade. It doesn't really matter what happens here. The 30-minute candle is still open. The 1 hour candle is still open. Once the 1 hour candle actually breaks this 1 hour low, you should see a waterfall coming down to the support. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can get there. Because this is your previous 1 hour candle, right? So if price is breaking your previous 1 hour candle when it closed bullish at support, high probability we have a very high chance to come further down to maybe the support down here, and you're gonna see the waterfall on GJ happening. If that's the case, right? Look left, you have no traffic below that range at all. Just take a look at this area here. This area specifically. What do you have in this area? Nothing but just clear range, clear traffic. Expect the waterfall if you do break that 1 hour previous candle low right there. Because if you think about it, if you break it to ranges, you have a range right here. You have a range you had a range up here obviously. This is your previous range up here, right? From here, this support. You have another range right here. So this is your support of this range right here. Price has a high probability of coming down further if price were to break that low to come down in this range. This is a minor range down here, right? So that's what I'm saying with clean traffic below this range here. Very clean traffic. There's a difference between clean traffic and waterfall clean traffic. So. And obviously below there, once you get to this support, that's when it's gonna be rangy. That's when the NY session might be a bit boring, and it's gonna affect the Thanksgiving holiday.
It's at a nice 4-hour support right now.
Yeah.
On a 4-hour chart, looks pretty good. That support.
Colin buys a wrap for me. Nice. Nice.
Got an EJ chart.
Someone's in the chart. Nice. Hey, bro, can
Yeah.
see what EJ pair sub to see if it makes sense. Nice. Clean. Alright.
Nice 10 pips, Don.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, probably gonna close some partials here. Nope,
You said you
not
clo-
yet. Not yet. 10 pips gonna be for,
Ooh.
not yet. Lots of entries
Man.
though. Haven't closed yet.
That trade looks good.
Makes sense. Would have been better on a regular day, obviously, but you know, still played out today. So your JPY, you have downtrend, right? Perfect. You have this is your downtrend, right? So you then have broke previous support, right? You had a support right here. Cool. Now let's see the price format resistance on the previous support to fill the 4-hour wick to the downside. How's the 30-minute 1 hour look? I believe the 1 hour. What time is this? This is down. This is the opening, so this is 7. I mean 6. So 1 hour candle actually close. If it's 30-minute, 1 hour candle actually close. Doji, I'm saying. If this is a current new at 1 hour, let's take a look. Euro JPY. Yeah. So 1 hour is currently Doji. Oh, it closed in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's probably gonna close Doji as expected. Yeah. See why it recounts backwards at some point. I predicted this candle when looking at the 1 hour chart. Yeah, so let's see. 1 hour's gonna close bullish, man. So if the 1 hour closes bullish, there's no sells. Right? Because you're obviously at support, but you're getting your price to close bearish below the range here. So if price is gonna close bearish below the range here, high probability we're probably gonna close bullish and come back in the range here. So yeah, I'll say it's not the cleanest sells, man. But if you form resistance here, and we start to break that resistance, so if you form resistance, we obviously have support formed. Like a very minor support formed right here. So if we come up to make a resistance, this is now called what? Your range. Then you're gonna need to break out to the downside of this range in order for us to continue down, which will make sense. By then, that doesn't make sense. So I'll probably wait for that to happen.
Your trade is breaking below the candle wick on the 15.
Yes, it is.
You suck.
If you guys made money on that call, leave a like on the streams. We're gonna close partials in 3, 2, 1. Yep.
Nice, Alex. Wix, what's going on?
You guys got in a position. Leave a like on the stream. Broken down to the T. To the T. And now that we broke that 1 hour low earlier, like I mentioned, you're gonna see a waterfall coming down this support here. You're gonna see the waterfall, but make sure you have secured some profits. Right? Should be very clean to come down here. What a great start to the week, man. Nothing, guys. A 15-minute candle has no top wick, so this candle could be a low for price to continue to drive up, right? So make sure you close some partials. That's a runner, so let it run. Nice little 17 pips profit. Not bad, alright? And best start your Monday, right? Very clean trade. Same trades you took all week last week. Pretty simple trade, just a simple break of a range, come down to the next support. Thought I was. Someone asked a question. What do you think of gold? Of gold guy. I don't know who gold guy is, but I know what gold is. Gold looks like it's gonna range, and if it breaks the support right here, it's gonna come down to the next support, which is gonna take us down to probably 1913 levels if you do break the support here on a 1 hour time frame, right? The 1 hour time frame, that's how it looks. So if you do break that support, we'll come down to the next level. That is gold, but I wouldn't recommend trading gold today because it is a bank holiday for US.
What is it? Very choppy today.
Yeah, there's no volume coming in. It's a bank holiday. And it's like close. You know, it's like trading gold during the Asian session, or like the London session. Well, the London session moves obviously sometimes, but it's gonna be not as volatile as New York. There's no NYSE open. There's no New York open, right? So there's no volume that's coming in unless it's coming from London, which I doubt it because not much volume's gonna come in from there. Since it is a holiday. Yeah. It's very key to understand that. Don, can you understand the significance of a no top wick on a 15-minute candle? So yeah, this current 15-minute candle here, for example, opened up with no top wick. So it's different from when it closes with no top or bottom wick, right? Understand that. That's different, right? This is a whole different candle, but this 15-minute candle when it opens up with no top wick, it doesn't 100% mean that it's gonna go down or up, right? It doesn't mean anything like that. What it means is that it has a higher probability of coming back up to make, because if the first thing price is doing when it opens up is making a low, that could be a low for price to continue to drive up. Because once it flips bullish, this is gonna be a huge wick now, and then we're gonna probably push up back up, right? That's what I mean. That's what happens to these accounts that has no top wick on them when they open up. Because what's the first thing account does usually 95% of the time when it opens up? It makes a top wick, right? For example, it just kind of opened up, made a top wick, came up. My bad. Made a top wick, came up. Made a top wick here, came down. Made a top wick here, came down. Made a top wick here, came down. But when it kind of has no top wick, this could mean that price could be making a low for price to continue to come back up. So once it flips bullish, it's gonna look like this. The wick is gonna be this now. Alright, so see how it makes sense? Now flip bullish back in the range. And if it flips bullish, this is like kind of your minor resistance here on a small time frame. If you flip bullish, this is clean traffic coming back up. So once price flips bullish, high probability we're gonna come back to hit our entries. Right? We're breaking that resistance now. Because a wick is a range. So yeah guys, I think I'll move my stop loss to just current candle high, 15-minute high if I were you guys. If you guys got on a trade late by 3 pips, fine. That's what a price secure 10 pips here, but make sure you secure some profits here. Very key. Yes, is Sam here? Oh, Sam's not here. Sam was here. See? This candle could potentially be flipping bullish here, right? No top wick here. This could be a low for price to continue up here. Your entries. Alright, so once it flips bullish, you guys can see what I meant. Alright, see, it flips bullish. Now you have that wick to the downside. This kind could potentially be a low for price to drive up, right? So we'll see where it goes now. But that was a perfect example, my explanation of what it is. Perfect explanation.
Possibly puts it back in a tight range.
Yep, puts it back in this low range here. Probably gonna need some type of closure below this.
Yeah.
If the 30-minute closes below this, we're gonna continue to push down. We're definitely gonna need to close below this.
Man, I'm burnt. I took a late nap, and then I was up all night, man. Just couldn't sleep.
You?
'Cause my son went to sleep, and I'm like, okay, I'll just rest a little bit with him.
Mhm.
It was a long nap, man. It was like you could even call it like a sleep session.
How long was it?
It was 4 hours.
4
Damn,
hours.
that-
Yeah, that was like one of the longest naps he's ever taken. And then that screwed up my whole thing. And then I was just like up all night. It was like 5:30, and then started yawning. Like, forget this. Let's get up before I fall asleep.
Damn. Yeah, you know, one time I took a nap from like I think 11 a.m. until like probably 7 p.m. was a
oh,
nap.
wow.
8 hours of sleep. I woke
Yeah.
up at like probably 7. Ate dinner, and now like 11:30 I went back to sleep for the MI session. Oh man.
Yeah, I hear you, Wix. It's all good though.
Wait, what happened to Wix?
No, just a comment. Tough week last week, and you missed this one.
Oh, to start the week? Yeah, the first trade of the week is very, very important. The last thing you want to do is that your first trade of the week determine your confidence for the rest of the week, you know. Some people just like the first trade they take of the week, they want it to be perfect, and then what happens later is they start to chase the trades. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yep, the 15 close is bullish. Probably gonna close, but from this position I will close. Okay, look at GU. GU is dead right now, man. GU is closed. It's not a trading pair right now. Anything regarding the dollar and Canadian dollar today, should not be trading it at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trading the CAD USD.
Hell no. Let's see how dead it is. Let's see how dead it is today. Oh, yeah, perfect. We're in about USD CAD. If you're trading this pair, ripped. But we're in about like a nice 15 pip range here for the past from like the entire day since we opened up. So, right, definitely not the pair trade. They're missing close it. They're missing close below. So yeah, we're still in the trade here. I'm still gonna let it run. My stop is up to this candle high though, because now that the candle closed, it's irrelevant what happens here. You gotta treat it as a regular candle. This candle shouldn't break this high if it wants to drive down. So, potential wick fill here, as long as it respects this high, so it makes sense to come down to this support. Very hard for US Columbus to say yes, you know that. It is a bank holiday. Euro JPY sell, you probably can trade that. Let's see. Euro JPY. Yeah, I mean the 1 hour close is below. The 1 hour close is no ball and wick though. The 1 hour close is no ball and wick, meaning that there's no range for us to come down here. Take a look at where it closed as well. The 1 hour should also close that at the support level. So this is a bad sell. If you're looking at sells right now, it's not a bad sell. It's just not a probable sell. This is like a 50-50 now. Now that you have this candle that close to no ball and wick, there's no range for the next candle to come down here, right? I mean, if this 1 hour candle closes below this support, because you saw a support here, right? The 1 hour closes below the support, that makes sense, but 1 hour looks pretty rangy here. Not gonna lie. Yeah, if the 1 hour breaks that support, we'll probably come down to the support down here, these levels, right? So you have like a nice little, take a look. 15 pip range after, so it's not bad. But I mean, you know, the bond wick. I'm pissed about this move. LOL. I tried to enter earlier on 137, 563, but got stopped out at 137, 637. My TP was 137, 291. Ooh, nice. That's fine. Where'd you get in? 137, 536. 137, 536 is over here. Well, I was sleeping at this time. Yeah, that makes sense.
I had a question about the GJ trade you took. So, if you look left to October 9, like 3:30, that resistance on a 30-minute.
October what?
October 9 at 3 o'clock / 3:30 in the morning on the 30-minute chart.
October 9th.
Yeah, right there. The
3 a.m.
Yeah, 3 and 3:30 candle.
Yes.
Right. So you see how there was that support there, and then
Resistance.
you took the trade because most recently it closed below that
Yep.
support. It's so minute, like it's like one pip. Were you even worried about that support to the left, or it was irrelevant because the most current it closed below by a pip?
So yeah, obviously the first thing I saw in the trade was just like there's a resistance here, right? And then look at this candle close below. But another thing is that if you look at this, remember how I said a wick is a range for you?
Yeah.
Look at how this candle closed there. This is like the key. This is like the little cherry on top. This candle closed bullish, right? As support. But if we're closing bearish within the wicks, remember how I said a wick is a range, right? So if we're closing bearish within the range, high probability we have a next candle continue to come further down. Because if this bearish candle here closed like this, just like within the range like this, like let's say it's just like this, right? It's closing at support. There's no sells. But if the candle is closing below the support, high probability we have a continue further down.
Yeah. When I see that, it's just like the thing that held me back a little bit was those two candles to the left, because it's like kind of almost right on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I know what I mean.
Do understand I do understand what you're saying. And then another confirmation could have been like that bear candle didn't break the high of the bull when you took the trade. You know what I mean? On the 30s, that was also.
And another thing is that the 15-minute candle, right here, this one, closed like we made it. Obviously, last night during London we came down, and then we came back up to make a resistance. And this is your range, and we're closing bearish at resistance. Another candle closed bearish. High probability you have of this candle coming down. This is a clear traffic, right?
I see that. Yeah.
Entire candle. So I think with the anticipation that we're gonna break the support too. So which we did kind of break it, but I think we respected it now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The SUI,
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say sometimes I find myself too caught up in like, oh, it didn't close below this range, or it didn't close that range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes it'll do that. Like I'll close very below, but you gotta look at like our concepts as well. Like how's the 15 look, how's the 30-minute look, and you just gotta anticipate it.
That's interesting. I'm glad you asked that question because I was thinking the same thing, but you did ask it. Okay, so I understand too.
Because it's not like that support was too far away. You know what I mean? It's just.
It wasn't a clear-cut break.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I do understand what you're saying, that by that long wick down, it created that range on its own. So that makes a lot of sense.
You know, I speak very quickly. Like you, I eventually learned to speak slower and pronounce my words carefully, and I finally able to understand me. Hey, I tell this all the time, and people are like, yeah, we understand you. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, but I just talk fast, you know. It's just part of me.
He's a New Yorker.
Look. I have a video here, and this is streamer, and he reminds me of myself. You guys gonna laugh watching this. You guys ready?
Go.
Oh shit, this is funny. Okay. Oh man, Google Ads. I don't have ad block on this. Hold on, guys. Give me like 30 seconds here. This guy speaks exactly like me, I think. Well, not exactly me. He talks a bit faster, but it's similar. Watch this. You guys hear the audio, right? This is English, by the way.
Why would any dude, you make
What?
I don't know this map. Where is guys there?
if you go I thought my Q was a short cooldown. Okay. You're gonna go to
No, he
Sound like
stutters.
sound like he's on fast forward.
No, he's just talking fast. Like his mind thing's so like I don't know, man.
That's the adrenaline right there.
Wow, I thought he stuttered.
What the fuck? I generally don't know.
This is English, by the way. When I first started watching his streams, I thought he was like something else. But he's Canadian.
I get mad and it's an opportunity for life and it's and reach my goal, dude. It's crushing because there's so much invested in something I don't get to finish goal, right?
Oh no, you're right though, Samurai. He does stutter a little bit, but he does talk fast too.
Like he talks. Oh man.
Yeah, he does stutter a bit.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I talk fast with people. Like,
Bro, if you spoke like that, we wouldn't know what the hell you're saying.
I would be on the stream. I'm sorry.
hey, nah, you would. You'd be like, wow, this
What the hell is he
this
doing?
guy's brain is fast. You know, his lips move faster than his brain.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes I'm thinking faster than I said, and then my words come out choppy.
I feel like that's me. That was funny. Hope I don't get copyrighted or anything. Come on, YouTube. Allow me on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day to share a funny video with the audience.
Nah, you gotta go back to your IG video with the.
Oh, speaking about IG,
you you know about Forex? Nah, I wear a medium.
It's been a while since I posted on this.
Hey, don't you watch the Lakers game, man?
Yes, man, I watched the Lakers game.
Yeah, they crushed them.
Yep. It was a 3-point lead at one point, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yep. Clicked the wrong one. Hey,
If that range was bigger, I'm looking at the current candle. It didn't break the previous, and it broke the high. You know what I mean?
Which one?
On the 15-minute.
Mhm.
It's like if the range was bigger, I would consider a buy based on the fact that it didn't break the previous 15-minute low, and it did break the current the previous 15-minute high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also it came down first, right? So it made a wick first, and then it came up. Yeah.
Exactly, but the range is so tight, it's not even worth that, and it's a bear day as well. So yeah.
Technically, it's bullish, right? But the day is bearish right now, like so far right now, because this candle could easily flip at any time to come up, right?
Yeah.
Because the weekly target for me is I'm looking at towards like 141 levels, or like potentially like 139 500 levels, right? So or maybe like even 138 500. So these are the levels I'm looking at this week. I'm obviously bullish, right? The last two have closed bullish, but yeah, if you found support here today, eventually push up for tomorrow, it'd be cool. But tomorrow's will be a much more volatile day, obviously. So. But yeah, support could be created here because this is a very strong support here. Take a look at this. The 4-hour time frame is at the support here. It's a very strong support. So I probably could bounce off this, continue to go up, but we need some type of bullish candle to close here on a small time frame for us to indicate that we're gonna go up to retest the highs, right? So maybe if like this next 4-hour candle closes bullish, you know, identify that we might go for the rest of the day. Or if the 1-hour closes bullish, right? Because if the 1-hour closes bullish here, as support, high probability we have a going back up to retest the highs on the 4-hour time frame. And then you're gonna start seeing this, right? You're gonna start seeing this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, obviously, yeah, the buys will be much more valid if it breaks above the entire range. I'll say that. You know, not bad though. Holiday, a little one trade.
How many pips?
10 pips. close half at 10 pips.
You still in?
Nope, I got up.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna leave a runner, but I seen the more range had to come down here, so I let it run, but it's fine. EJ is tanking. Oh, it is? Yep. It should be coming down towards that support level. Yep. Coming down towards 124. I don't know. Even if I were to go back and take a look at this trade, and if I look for sells, I wouldn't have gone to sell. Even if I were to go back in time and take the sell, I wouldn't take it, because this just makes it a 50-50. It doesn't mean that it's not gonna come down, right? It's just this candle here in particular with no ball and wick here just means that it's a 50-50 chance of it going up or down. It just has no range to go down. But if it goes down, it goes down, right? You can't really do anything about it. But it's not a trade I'll take, even if I were to go back. I know that this will build bad habits, and I'll start to look for a loss. Because if I were to go back and take the exact same trade, even if I knew that this is the outcome, I would not take it. Because if I were to go back and take it, I know that this is not a high probability trade long term, right? No bond wick here. So think of it that way. Right? If you were to go back in time and take this trade, knowing that price came down here, you knew where your TP was, you knew where your entry was, you knew where your stop loss was, would you have still take it? I mean, you can take it for that one trade because you know how it played out. But what about the other times? What about the other times, like when it comes into play, right? All the other scenarios. Yeah, imagine I hopped on the stream and took one trade at like 6:30 and I hopped off the streams. Alright guys, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoyed these pips for here for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna hop off here.
Just leave that posted on your screen.
It was a great 20-minute session. That's all you need. Technically, if I wasn't streaming, I'll be asleep. Not wouldn't go back to sleep, but I'll probably be doing other things right now. What is that?
I hopped on the stream when you were one pip in profit. I'm like, nah, I missed it.
Well, in pip profit, yeah, because you said I could have entered so.
Yeah, I know I could have, but like I wasn't ready to analyze. Well, I wasn't gonna be.
Oh yeah, I wasn't at the charts.
Yeah, I opened it. I see 1 pip profit. I'm like, hold on, let me look at it. By the time I was like, oh, this is valid, it was like 4 pips. I'm like, oh man, I missed it.
If your GPY breaks 134.375, is it waterfall all the way down? The Euro JPY. If it breaks what? 134.375, 134.375. I mean, yeah. I'll say if it clears this level, you should see a waterfall. Yeah, right about now you should see some type of waterfall here. Look at where it's coming down to. Look at this candle. Look at this one candle here. Look left. Where do you have traffic? Here, and you had traffic here, right? We didn't close below yet. It's kind of still close back in the range, but we are breaking completely into this new entirely clean traffic level right here. So you should see a waterfall coming down below. I'll say below this level right there. Below 134, around 134, 300 levels. You should see coming down here. Completely clear traffic. How come everyone's so loving your JPY today? You know.
EJ's Sharif's specialty.
EJ?
EJ, yeah, Sharif's likes EJ, I think, right?
Are you sure? I don't remember. Hey, Sharif, you there?
Yes, sir, it's here.
Yeah, I'm here, mate.
Apparently, EJ is your favorite pair.
It's my second pair. GJ is my primary, but I do like EJ. Yeah. But I'm not trading today though.
Yeah. Nice little discipline you got there. Makes sense. Please, can you throw light on gold analysis, please? I mentioned right here, Look at this. I would say sells below the support if the 1 hour were to close below here, below 1919, but it is a bank holiday, so I would say just stay out of gold for today and wait until, you know, London, New York the next day. Take more sells.
Yeah, I highly doubt we're gonna see volume from most pairs anymore.
Yeah, this volume that came in here came from London's volume. Now that we're pushing towards the New York session, the New York opening, we might not get the volume. We might not, right? So probably not because nothing's open in New York, so in the US, so we're not gonna get the volume that we
I'll
need.
force it. I highly doubt it's gonna be.
That's why today, guys, we had a more of an early move today. Right, it came from London. It came straight from London. Pretty successful day though, so far. You guys are enjoying the streams now. I appreciate all the likes. You guys leave a free like. You know, if you took that trade earlier, leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's get to 3K subs. Almost there. Almost there. I think we get to 4K by December. I mean by January. I'm pretty sure. What do you guys think? 5K by January? That's pretty valid. And next year, let's see how next year goes. So next year, like the, you know, be the new year inside the stream, so it'd be great. I wonder what we'll be at when it's a 1 year of since started streaming. We started streaming back in March, so a year from that. Let's see where we're at. A year of progress. A year of being consistent every morning, showing up at 6:30 every morning, providing the value, the knowledge. Every morning, regardless of how many viewers you get. How many we got next year? Last year, I think this weekend, I was in New York. Yo, no, my bad. Yeah, this weekend coming up, I was in New York last year.
Wow.
I was doing my in-person New York City course. Hey, we're supposed to do it this year too in Toronto, but tough, man, tough. Can't do it. I mean, I can do one in the UK, but yeah.
I don't know. They're starting to lock things down again, aren't they?
Yeah, now they are.
Super spreader event.
Sharif, are you from London?
Sharif is from London, yeah. He's from the UK. Man's not hot, you know. Man's not hot, yeah. Sharif, yeah. Sharif's drawing on the screen. He's mad.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, bruv. Bruv, did you catch? You're going doing too much now. Oh man. Those who are trading US 30 today?
Sorry, bro. I got stuck in annotate mode then.
You did.
Gonna press the mute.
No, I was saying you're from London. What's the situation there?
Yeah.
Regarding what, the lockdown or?
Yeah, are you guys retightening
Yeah.
your?
Yeah, we're tightening up again, so we're gonna get. Hopefully today we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. Boris should be giving us a speech in about a couple of hours. Or
Ooh.
4 months.
Oh.
So, yeah. Yeah,
time
we're gonna
That'll
find out.
look like JJ.
Yeah, so it should be some tight. I don't know. We got still Brexit talks as well
Wait.
this week as well.
What time is it? Little speech.
In about just under 4 hours.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
that's like market closure.
yeah.
Probably move at 11 though. probably the next wave of volume we'll get maybe.
You guys been trying to leave the EU for 3 years now, right? Just
Like,
about.
forever, 4 years now. So
Yeah,
we
four-
had
yeah.
2016.
Good Lord.
Sharif, I don't know too much personally. I haven't done research on the impacts of Brexit, but is there any regret of voting towards it versus how people
Oh
feel
yeah,
now. What's
yeah.
your
I think
input on that?
the majority wanted to leave, but we
Right.
just didn't know what we wanted. As in, what's the outcome? What were we leaving for?
Right,
So we
right.
were lied to right from the beginning. So a lot of people feel that way, but
Mhm.
now it's I don't know, we just don't want to pay that divorce bill, I guess. That's
Well
it.
put,
Alimony.
Officer.
Alimony.
So they're asking something crazy like a 60 billion or something. So I don't think we want to pay that. It's like,
Oh, I see.
yeah, so the trades,
what-
deals,
when-
and all
when-
that.
When Boris says talks are stopping or when we're not going to continue, what does that mean? They'll just keep pushing this Brexit date further and further, hopefully to make a deal eventually? Is that what goes on?
That's what they're trying to do. I mean, there's nothing clear cut yet, so we don't even know if Boris wants his got to be stay in power, and so yeah, that's what it seems to be at the moment.
Oh, I
So
see.
they just want to prolong the deal as much as they can until they find something, good resolution to it. But right
see.
now, it's just so unclear.
Mm-hmm.
So no one knows anything. We don't even know what Europe wants. So,
That's
Just
funny.
all the lingo for now. We had a similar vote. I don't know if you remember this, Don. This was like 1996.
Oh man.
We had one of our provinces. They wanted
Yeah.
to separate from us, Quebec, the French side of Canada.
Yeah.
And they wanted to separate from Canada, but then all of Canada voted, and they said no. Oh, sorry, not all of Canada. My apologies. Quebec. I don't know. I think Quebec voted, and then it was really close. I think it was like 40 something to like 50 something, but it was an extremely close vote, and it was no for the split. So
Where do you want to go?
no, they just want to be their own nation.
Oh, your own nation.
Yeah,
It's like it's
Quebec,
like
right?
same situation.
Quebec.
Yeah.
Quebec. That's in Montreal.
The francophones. Yeah.
I've been there last summer. To Montreal.
I will say, I used to wait tables in New York City in Times Square, and I worked at a restaurant that was kind of international. It got a lot of Canadians. The English-speaking Canadians seem to be really cool. The French-speaking Quebec Canadians, they're kind of uptight.
They're not so polite. I'll give you that. They're not so polite.
Because I could laugh and joke with the English. Well, they spoke English, but they weren't fun and lively. The Canadians that came from Toronto or whatsoever, they were like laughing and joking with me, having a good time.
Yeah.
That was the impression I received over 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on US 30 today? Well, my friend, if you take a look at the Forex Factor here, or any news website, it will show you that today is a bank holiday in the US. So, if you're looking to trade US 30 today, or gold, you're trading a closed Walmart. You're going to Walmart and the door's locked and closed and you're trying to get in. That's what you're doing today. So, I highly suggest you stay out of US pairs if you're looking at that. Because the reason why pairs move and volume comes in is because you have sessions, right? So when there's no sessions, what's going to happen to the pair? No volume is dead, right? Dead markets. It has no volume. Because what's going to push the US today? NY open, which is at what time? 8 p.m., right? Or, my bad, 8 a.m. or NYSE open, which is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right? So, those two are, and then every bank in the U.S. is closed today. There's no volume pushing at all for U.S. It's like trading. I see it all the time when people trade gold and US 30 at like 3, 4, 5 p.m. Eastern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's how it's gonna be. Sure, you might get to move. You might get some move. Rare, but it's not high probability we'll get a move today on US 30. So if you look at US 30, you're probably wondering why it's in the range. for the past couple of hours here, and this is why it's in the range, right? Because it's, you know, there's no volume at all, right? This is a small range on US30. This is your resistance. I guess this is your support. This is your entire range, I'll say. So yeah, very hard trade today if you're looking at that. I was saying gold sells would be nice if you could do close below like 1919 levels, but probably not gonna. We didn't close below 1 and 2. It's a New York it's a bank holiday, right? So the only pairs, if you're looking at trades today, the only pairs you should be looking at is euro, yen, pound. What else is there? What else is open right now? Any other pair except for US and Canadian Canadian. Pair.
That's it, because the Aussie dollar's closed.
Oh yeah, right now it's closed. Yeah, like right now, yeah, you can't trade that.
So just euro and the euro and the British pound.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be pretty dead here. Moving on. What's your take on US30 today? I mean, I read that. Nice sales you caught there. Thank you, man. I think it was pretty clean. Yes, missed the sells. Yeah, came in late today. You know, go back to 6:33 a.m. Eastern. You guys would have seen how we got in there. We closed in a minute here, so I believe we're gonna close some type of support here. 15's gonna close that support here. High probability we have of, I guess, coming back with the filter range here. But if you're looking for buys on GJ, I would say buys would be above this resistance right here. This resistance up here. Above here, you get nice buys going up the filter range here. Nice like 10 pip range you have here to go up. I'll say those would be your buys. Verbally. Like 15 pip range you have here, right? Coming up towards like this resistance. Those would be your cleanest buys. But if you're looking for buys in this area, you could risk it. Just you don't have enough range to go up here, right? It's gonna be quite risky, but you can take that with the anticipation that we're gonna break above, I guess. But yeah, I'd say above this resistance will be perfectly clean buys coming towards this resistance. Because this resistance might range a little bit. This is definitely a range. This right here, do not take buys here. It's pretty risky here. Price can go out of way at this support because this is a little range you have here. Price can go up here or can go back down, right? I'll say above this resistance because if price goes up to this resistance, candles will start to close bullish. Oh, it makes sense, right? Candles will start to close bullish like this, right? Come back up in the range here, and you just have a bullish structure. And therefore, the 4-hour candle will flip bullish, and the rest of the day will continue up bullish. So if you do break that resistance, high chance we're going to come up for the rest of the day. But until then, obviously bearish right now. No charts today, guys? Come on. No charts today. I haven't posted on the page in a long time. It's been like 4 days since I posted a video. It's all been stories. Yeah, guys, by the way, the new video for this series is coming this week. I gotta work on it. I gotta edit and work on it still. But the reason why I didn't do it this weekend, like I said I would, I post it every weekend, if you guys didn't know, is because I didn't have time. You know, I was busy all weekend. Saturday, I had to do stuff. Sunday was yesterday, had a dinner. Today, gotta do something, right? So maybe today I'll post it. Maybe today or tomorrow. Let's see if I have time towards like the end of the day. But Hey, Samurai, what friend are you hanging out with, man?
What?
Who-
Female friend. Yeah, I hadn't.
Oh, another one.
No, she hit me up. We hadn't hung out in a while since the
Pandemic.
pandemic started. She shut me down. And she was like, let's get together.
So you guys getting White Castles together?
Nah, she, she's funny. She's Chinese.
Hmm?
All the spots you want to go to are like Asian fusion, Chinese spots, and I'm like, okay, I'm enough of that. I eat it all the time. I want something different.
Maybe try yeah, try something else.
Yeah, it's serious. Like, come
She's-
on.
Someone's like, she's seen them profits.
What you say?
She's seen them profits.
Nah. Oh, I see. She's seen the profit. All of a sudden, she come back around.
Say, well, I see you on the shoes now. I see. You can play battleships. Get that White Castle. You can play battleships after.
Hey, that's this the New York City area. You got some gold diggers here.
Yeah, she a gold digger. Yeah, over there. That digger. Yeah. Nah,
It's
speaking
funny
of White Castles,
because-
I want to make some burgers after.
It's funny because there's one ethnicity in the New York City area. Women are beautiful, but you know, they come from a poor area, and it's like all they care about is money. So I kind of steer away from them.
South American.
If I'm not gonna say the ethnicity because I don't want to offend anyone, but if
Well, I mean, it's America's.
no, they're Latin and
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
They love baseball.
Yeah, they got some good players, man.
Yo, Ifty. Speaking of
Yeah,
good
man.
players, did you see the Leafs? Oh my God,
there's some
we're
big
winning the cup.
trades, eh?
We're winning the cup, man.
Bro.
We're winning the cup.
TJ, what's his name? The defenseman.
TJ Brody,
Yo, I'm excited for him,
Jack
man.
Prigozhin from Tampa,
Yeah.
from Stanley Cup team. Another defenseman. You have
Nice little shake up to our lineups, man.
who's the forward you have coming here?
And the Leafs need LeBron.
Oh man, speaking of LeBron, how's Miami last night? Did he catch on fire? Nah, he hasn't got on fire, right? If it was Game 7, he guys would have probably lit sitting on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Miami would do that for Game 6.
The city was on fire after the first quarter.
You guys got spanked.
We got Gagne from Ottawa. He's whatever.
Oh, that young guy?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
all we
we
need
got
to do is sign Mikhailov, and we're good. Honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, when are the ranks opening up in Toronto?
Usually it's end of November, but
Oh,
who knows what's
November.
gonna happen, man.
Now, how about indoor ranks? October, right?
I don't know. I haven't been to any. No, it's been a minute. Yeah, I'll still say end of October at the very
I don't
earliest.
think indoor ranks will open, will it?
I don't know. I doubt
For
it, 'cause
free skating.
you gotta control the people in the building, right?
Yeah, I mean it's an open rank, but yeah. Where you
We
wear a
got
mask during
Travis Boyd.
skating?
Yeah.
The gym's still open. They'll probably open, but the gyms are closed. High probability we're gonna close.
Yeah, they're closing again, right? Oh, and we got Wade Simmons too.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah. That's a big
Excited about
player.
Wade Simmons, man.
Yeah, win.
Montreal offered him more money, but
Mhm.
he said no because he wants to play for hometown, I guess. Scarborough native, right?
Yep, Scarborough native.
We just need, man. I don't trust Anderson anymore, man. That's my thought. He's good during the regular season.
He has
man.
one more. He has one more year left. Nah, man, he did good. Man, during the playoffs, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't even score.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We will see. When's the season start up? January?
Yes, January. gonna be great. Great start to a new year. Great start, guys.
Don, do you usually not slow down trading, but scale down in any way in December and or January, or you just continue straight through?
Yeah. No, I don't. Well, no, I don't, because sometimes, like in some trade setups, I do, but majority of times I'll just stick to the same lot size, honestly. But I did scale down my lot sizes from obviously from October until 2021. So until January, yeah. So technically, yeah, I scale my lot size. Not because markets are also dead, kind of a little bit. Not dead, but it's gonna be a lot less volatile. But another thing is that I just wanna had a great year, so I wanna kind of
Cool.
leave it as that for the rest of the year, and then just because I'm stuck at an 8.0 lot, and in January when I start to pick up my old account back, I'm start to build back up again, and eventually take over the 8.0 lot size. So I went down to go up again. You know what I mean? From 8.0 back to 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
You're like, I ain't going to that next tax bracket, man.
yeah, man, shit.
Let me outweigh my pros and cons here.
The next tax, oh man. Yeah, guys. Last year's not great, man. Last year's bracket was not great at all.
Your last year bracket.
People can lie about many things. They can lie about demo profits. They can lie about profits. They can lie about trades they take. But what they can't lie about is that tax bracket.
You cannot make
that
that up.
will never change.
Yeah, you cannot make that up.
But it was my first year last year, so I'm probably gonna look for ways to kind of like,
Offset, yeah.
yeah, with my taxes.
Just get a good accountant. That's
Yeah.
really it, right? He'll teach you whatever.
I think
I remember.
We don't want you doing the stream from jail.
What?
I told Don we don't want to see you doing the stream from jail.
Nah, man, I paid that off.
Tax evasion.
I remember Uncle Ted. I think this was a few months ago. He was like, "Yeah, I taxed my breakfast. I taxed this. I taxed that." I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, what?
He taxes like his not taxes. He
Right off.
Writes off.
yeah, write off. That's what I meant. Write off meals and all
He
that
writes
stuff.
off his bedrooms as offices for his
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah, you can write your offices, yeah. And your
Anything that he
hotels.
does related to the trading, he tries to write it off.
Yeah.
Smart guy, obviously, right?
I went to New York. That got rid of. New MacBook.
Yeah.
This computer. A lot of shit.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. Phone bill.
Yeah. It's like, why pay the government the taxes when
iPhone. AirPods.
Leafs tickets.
No. Unless I'm taking someone. Like because in New York City we went to like a ball game. We took someone. You can do that. But like someone from like one of the course members or something like that, right? If I take them, like say, oh, it's a meeting. It's like a in-person like little gathering for like yeah, that makes sense. But if I just go alone, that one I'm probably gonna get screwed later on if I do.
yeah.
But yeah, I still got a lot to learn. I'm so young, obviously. So it's gonna be a bit harder for me. But do you think sell might work out if the current 30 minutes starts closing below previous bearish 30-minute candle? Yes. If you do close below support, do close bearish, like say like this, yeah, probably pop down. But the issue you have here is the range you have to go down here is not that great at all. You have like a nice 5-pip range. You want to take that, because if you think about it, the last positions I'll see you could have entered was probably like where we got in earlier, right? Like right here, because you had this entire range go down. But now, like looking for sells here, you don't have that much range. Also, like where we're coming down towards. We're coming down towards this area. Look how choppy his area is now, right? So I'll preferably wait for buys above this resistance up here. These will be your buys, that range right there. Buys right here, right? Come up in the range. But aside from that, sells might be done for sells for a day. Not done, but you might not get a good opportunity to enter sells for a day. It's just a bunch of range here. Because the move that we came down towards was a correction of this entire move from like last week, right? Pretty much price came back down, made a high, made a resistance, came back down. This could fill this entire range, but the range you have now, the leftover is gonna be this. So I'll be careful. Can you write off these live streams? What is there to write off? I mean, I can pay for equipment. Yeah, equipment, sure. Like lights, cameras, webcam, microphone. But what am I gonna do with the rest? Live streams are me teaching. You know, I can't do anything about that. Write off myself. You know, write off the time, get some time back. Please check UCAD. Oh lord, man, UCAD. That's probably the worst pair you're gonna be looking at today. Probably one of the worst pairs. If you're looking at UCAD, I'm scared for you, man, because man, that's crazy. Because you shouldn't be trading UCAD. You shouldn't be trading any dollar pair, CAD and Canadian pair at all today, man. And if you're looking at UCAD, it's scary because that's, you know, you should be experienced enough to understand that you should not be trading this pair today, especially this pair. This is the number one pair to stay away from today.
I mean,
And
I
it's
don't know
scary
if
because
Faisal knows, but the reason why Don's saying that because it's a bank holiday in the U.S. and Canada, which equates to no volume being traded. That's why he's saying that. If Faisal didn't know that.
yeah, man, the first thing you want to do every day, guys, is take a look at your force factor here.
CNH. What is
Nah,
CNH?
even that pair, no, that's not Swiss. Even that pair, like, you know, the
Don,
dollar is still open here.
Don, he means USD China.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're going to Walmart and they closed, bro.
Oh man, USD China. I mean, what's the correlation with Trump there? Look at EJ. Where'd you look at EJ? You think EJ came down to that support? I'm pretty sure, right? Let's take a look. Moment of truth. Did your GPY come down to that support? Nope, not yet. Yeah, your GPY right here. Let's see. If this last like 15 minutes does close below the range here, we'll probably continue back down. But like, look for entries here. It's gonna be quite risky. The only entries you could have got here was probably from here, right? But the issue you had from here was to look at this on like the 1 hour time frame. The issue you have from this is because the 1 hour here closed no bottom wick. There was no range to go down. So that was the issue you had if you look at entries here. But aside from that, that was the last entry you could have had for price to come down to this support. Because now you don't have enough range to go down here. Like just like a 5 pit, like a 4 pit range here, like 10 pit range.
Hey guys, real quick before you answer another question, Don.
What's going on?
Today should be in your mind. This is just my opinion. This should be just a hangout day because you got two of the largest markets closed. The London market, well, not the London, but you got Canada
North America.
And North America basically is closed. And all of these pairs that you're talking about, for the most part, they're all closed and there's not going to be any volume. So at best, just hang out and, you know,
London's still open.
Watch paint dry.
London's still open. Yeah, London. Like you probably gonna get a move maybe. It's like about after 11, after the news comes out. 11, probably not getting moved after. If there wasn't news today, if there wasn't like a speech or anything, I'll say that at 11, by 11, you probably watch paint dry on the wall. But there might be some volume coming in at 11 due to that news that's coming out. But aside from that, after that, man, if you're trading at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. before the session closes today, trying to force some trades today, you're most likely going to tend to blow your account today, right? AJ buy, EDGPY. Let's see. No. Your GPY, I mean, it's at support. You can say that, right? It's at support, but 4-hour support's at. Let's see. It's at resistance, mid resistance, price coming down to support. I'll say taking buys will be pretty risky. Maybe buys above this resistance here. Above here maybe, right? But right now, no. Price is still bearish here. Price price still closing bearish, printing bearish candles. If you do close bullish though, back in the range here, obviously you can take buys going up, but it's gonna be quite risky because you have some resistance off the rip right here, right? So maybe above this resistance, coming up until like this resistance, would be your bias. This range above here, maybe. Nice 10-pip range, right? So it's not that great of a range, obviously. But if you were to look for buys, I'll say above there. Oh. You know, guys, since Friday, I haven't opened up my MT5, MT4 once. Because I usually do a simulator on the weekends, but I didn't do it this weekend. I didn't do anything. I just hopped on charts today.
That feels good, right?
Yeah, it feels so good. The best, I'm telling you guys, the best feeling, man, is when you don't hop on charts after a session, and then next day you hop on, like at the, at the normal time you start at. For example, I hop off the stream at 9 a.m. and the next day I come back on at 6:30 a.m. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't know what happened overnight. I'm gonna see what happens now. It's that excitement you have, like, oh wow, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a volume day, it's gonna be a volatile day today, or a slow day today, And today when I opened up the charts, it was gonna be a volatile move, but the rest of the sessions are gonna be a little bit rangy. That's why I entered sells at like 6:30. Alright.
Anyone else get in those cells? Samurai, 50? Anyone?
No, I missed it.
Don front runners.
Don, you was on before the stream started?
Nah, I actually tried to the intro was planned. I ended the intro a little earlier, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting sells here. Yeah, man. Thanksgiving, got eat the turkey up myself, man. Have you tried trading NAS 100? Yeah. My pair is US30. That was my first pair I ever started with, and that was a pair that I'm very familiar with, and very have a lot of bad testing enough for me to trade that pair. I have enough experience within that pair, and gold as well, right? Those two pairs they're not new to me. I've traded them before, but I don't trade them anymore. Only trade GJ now. Also, guys, if you guys are trading like, oh, GJ closed bullish on support here, flipping bullish here. Wow, nice. It could come back in this range here, if you're looking to take positions. I don't know.
No, I was thinking that if the range that it's in right now.
Oh,
larger,
this range. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that it's currently in right now. If it was larger, then I would have looked at it. But now it has to break above, make support, and then.
Long time,
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. There's a difference between enjoying and trading a pair, and there's a difference between like, because a lot of people they trade NAS 100, no, not NAS 100, like US30 because it moves fast, and they like that it's volatile because they think they can make quick money. But if you're trading a pair because of that, 100% you're gonna blow your account. That's my tip for you guys. Because when I started trading US30 from the start, that's why I thought, right? Because US30 moves way faster than any currency pair, so people love to trade US30, and that's why a lot of new traders, especially, they love to trade US30. But if you're trading US30 because you think it's gonna come with more volume, you think it's gonna make you more money, you're not trading for the right reasons, right? So I'll say, stay away from US30 if you guys are looking to trade US30 because of that reason. But if you're trading US30 because you've had experience in FX already, you understand how the pair moves, or in and outs of that US30 pair, then go ahead, trade it, right? But make sure before you start trading any new pair, back test it for a couple months first. Like I'm trading gold in January again. I took a break from it. I'm trading for like a year plus, but I took a break from it. But I'm still gonna back test it from October until January. And in January, I'm gonna come back to the pair, right? But nothing's ever a rush, right? You gotta take your time and everything. It all takes time. EJ sell if 30-minute candle close support with TP1. I think we talked about this already, did we? You don't have enough range to go down here. From what I'm looking at, the next sells you can maybe get in on your GPY is gonna be below the support. Down here. If you close down here, I'll say we can easily come down towards the support, and this would be very clean actually. This is your range to come down. This is like your nice 13 pip, 15 pip range here. Very clean to come down to support. So I'll stay below there. Be your sells, but other than that, yeah. Actually, this range isn't bad. The 15 closed bearish here, on 30 minute closed bearish here, below support. This wasn't bad. You would have had a 6 pip stop loss for a nice like 14 pip range here. Not bad. Not bad actually. Yeah, the 30 minute definitely had a nice stop. How did the 15 look? 15 minute time frame. Yeah, not bad. Close bearish. The 15 minute what I did here was it made a resistance, made a support here, made a resistance. Close bearish at resistance. This is a lower range. A very small amount of range, and then when it closed bearish at resistance, it came down, continuing that sell trend I had from earlier. Textbook play. Hey yo, what should today's the video today be? This week for the series.
Say what?
What should the video be this week for the series?
How to set up your alarm clock so you don't miss any fucking trades.
How to set up your alarm clock so you don't miss the streams. Sounds great. I'm gonna do it. Alright guys, so today's video is gonna be on how to set your alarm clocks so you don't miss the live streams every morning. So the first thing you wanna do I'm gonna do
maybe
something quick. Like I wanna do something quick. I don't have that much time to record this like a long, like a 1 hour long video. It's probably like a quick video, like a 10-minute
Still a
fundamentals.
highlight of today's trade.
Yeah.
Rate the retest.
Nah, he's talking about his trader style he's looking at. That was
Oh, okay. I thought you talking about. And then
No.
what's called saying fundamentals. That's a
Nah.
course right there.
Nice. Yeah, I have a video about that, of course. Coming soon.
Fundamentals.
That's part of the course. I'm not gonna. Maybe like.
No, he's saying something more specific, guys. Like,
Something in general, you know. How fast point resistance? Did I make one on that yet? What did I do? So far I did. Let's take a look. Let's go on YouTube. It's one of the best channel ever. Go on the easiest forex strategy. You have the easiest forex strategy. I think this is the support and resistance one. This is understanding forex trends, so that's a follow up to that, and this is a follow up to that. Even though it's small. I think I'm gonna do like wick fills or something maybe. Cause I explain it every stream, you know, so I might as well just make a video on it.
how that look?
I need a haircut though. To make my intro. My hair's getting long. Hey, Ifty, how often do you cut your hair?
usually 3 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds right. Or do the same. 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. Yeah, it's a little
I used to get one every 2 weeks.
Bro, I had to learn how to cut my own hair, man.
Oh,
'cause
for
of COVID.
quarantine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Just
you
what
know,
I
you
did.
can't imagine how long my hair was during March. It was
Oh.
like, shh. Like it was long.
Yeah.
Like, I look like, you know. Like I work at Hot Topic. You know what Hot Topic is?
No.
You don't know what's their Hot Topic?
No.
You guys know Hot Topic?
It's
That's
a
Hot
store,
Topic.
ain't it?
It's on some rockstar vibes. You guys know
It's
Hot
a
Topic?
girl store, isn't it?
No. It's like a. They sell like. No, they sell like
I'm googling it. Hot
Yeah,
Topic.
they sell like earrings and like belly button rings and all that shit.
No, they sell like spacers, like stuff like that. Like, you know that vibe, like for men too. They sell like
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah. It's an emo type.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an emo
Yeah, I
type.
got you.
Yeah. That's like my hair is so long to the
It's a
point where I
place
look.
you go to and don't tell nobody.
It's just some rockstar stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That's why
If these,
that's why Don comes in the morning probably with some eyeliner.
oh no.
Yo, they got this in Toronto.
Yeah, man. Yorkdale. I mean, Vaughan Mills.
Okay.
I mean, no, Eaton Center. I'm tripping.
Oh, okay.
EG look like a sell? Yeah, it was already broken down. Yeah, sells were valid. I believe we're coming down towards that support though. Let's take a look. Yep, should be coming down towards that support. Oh, not yet. Yep. Getting it now is pretty risky though. Next sells, guys. If you're waiting for a next sell, I'll wait for this. I'll wait for price to come down here. I'll let price do what it wants to do. Come down to this support. Come down this range here. So like, okay, let me draw it out. I'm gonna come down like this. Hopefully it's gonna close like this. Maybe we find this kind of closes below the range. Maybe, or maybe something like this happens. Close bullish at, bearish at support, coming down to tap that level. Then we close bullish at support, coming back up to make a resist, to make a support. Like, so this is now your confirmed support. After you form support here, maybe a resistance to be made at these levels here. And then after these levels get tapped, look for support to come down, look for resistance to come down. And once we close bearish at resistance here, let's say we close bearish like this, you know, at resistance, look left, you have this entire trap, this is all clear traffic coming back down to fill the range, to follow the sell trend, and you look for sells coming back down here. Or maybe you can just get a simple, like, you know, a simple just close below the range here, and take sells coming down. It can be as simple as that. But these are just the general scenarios that price usually does. You know, price comes down, it can't just go down forever, has to find support, has to find resistance, makes a range, then after you form a range, you can start to anticipate the top of the range to come down. Go to range. So that's what I'll be waiting for.
Paint dry for 2 hours.
Yep, that's gonna be another, like, probably an hour maybe for another setup though, if you were to come down here. Or, you know, maybe like it can be simple. Yeah, a simple count coming down, break below the range, and then next count comes down like this, you know. It could be as quick as that, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. You know, I practice drawing these candles out before my stream started. It's actually pretty easy now though. It used to be very slow drawing candles out, but practice makes perfect. Don, did you show the trade at 7:30 a.m.? Yes. I mean 6:30 a.m. you mean. 7:30 did not take a trade. 6:30 a.m. Was right here. So price was like right here when I took a trade. It was like that, right? Price pretty much closed below this support here, right? And with the anticipation of this kind of close, we actually closed within, we closed below this support. This is your low resistance, your low support area, this is your low range. We actually closed below the range here as well, within this wicks. High probability of the next count coming down. We also had a range to fill too on this 30-minute candle wick fill. So that was another part of the trade. 15-minute time from here actually closed bearish as well. Take a look at this. 15 closed, made support. 15 made resistance. So this is the exact same thing I just broke down on EJ, right, from earlier. The exact same scenario I drew out, where we came down, made support, we made a resistance. We could create a range after. And as we close bearish at resistance, high probability we're going to come down to follow the sell trend that we had earlier. So yeah, this is another thing I was looking at for the sells also. And also this is just clear traffic coming down, right, this level. So with the anticipation that we're going to come down to the next support, which is down here, I took a sell here. And yeah, got my 10 pips out of it. And that was 6:30's call today.
Monday.
If you go back and watch the replay though, you can probably take a look at the sells at 6:30. At my live reaction of it. Alright, 8 a.m. opening. New York session opening. If there's nothing happening by 8:30, I'm probably gonna hop off. No reason to be on. Took one trade today. Wasn't planning to take a trade. But, you know, played out.
That's not savage. What you should have done is closed out as soon as your trade hit TP. You're like, all right, guys.
Close
I'll
out the
see you
stream.
tomorrow.
Alright, guys. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Thanks for joining me this morning. You should have done the intro and straight to the outro.
Literally like a 5-minute stream. If I were to stream only the trades that I took, like literally no breakdown during the stream, just like I took a trade, a minute. Alright guys, I'm hopping out here. Thanks for the trade. Hop off. Literally a 5-minute live stream.
That's a shitload of money per hour if you think about it.
I missed one of the stream, guys. Oh, nice. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. 30-minute kennel will actually come up to fill the range here now. You guys want to see it here live, right? What's gonna happen is what happened was price made a resistance here, closed bearish at resistance, right? This is your little resistance form, there's a little support form, there's a little range form in this range. But now that we're breaking resistance, high probability we have it coming up to fill the next resistance, which is gonna be this level right here. So expect us to continue up here on GJ. And these are the buys I was talking about earlier. I was telling FD about. But the buys I would take, I'm not going to take any buys. I'm calling it a day. But if I were to get another position, it's going to be above this resistance here. Above here, you get nice buys going up for the range here. Right? Because this range here is not that great. This is like a 8-pip range. Not enough range for you. You need a bigger range. This is a bigger range right here. There's like a nice 12-pip range, 15-pip range, 14-pip range. Buys from here going up would be clean. If you guys look at positions there. Right? Because the 1 hour, I guess, is fine support here. The 1 hour found support. 1 hour closed bullish at support. So it makes sense for us to come up here just to clear traffic. Daily time frame could be flipping bullish here at this point. Daily did tap a resistance. I mean, did tap a support. 4 hour tap support as well. Daily count is, the previous daily count is bullish. So technically, we shouldn't be breaking this low if we want to drive up here. So this can be a low wick being created for us to continue up to the rest of the day. So maybe something like this can happen. We can flip bullish, you know, and then eventually look like this. And we'll get a huge wick after. Right? Because daily is bullish. So small time frame leads you to the bigger time frame. That's what I'm trying to say here. So if that's the case, I'll say if you're looking for buys, I'll say buys above here. Above this resistance. But sell positions for the rest of the day might look a little dead. Because you don't, it's just so much traffic below that support. Yep, you have like a nice 15-pip range here. 16-pip range, you can probably cash like 10 pips out of it. Easily.
You guys want to try to catch some Z's? I'll see you guys tomorrow, yeah?
Catch some Z's, catch some sleep. Yeah, man, take it easy.
Feeling it right now.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Later, man. Have a great one.
See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I'm going off for like another like 20 minutes probably.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Is testing previous 4-hour resistance at support. It's gonna impulse buy at 137, 390. Yeah. Wow, 390. Oh, nice. 390. Yep, that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. Yep. What's the target though? This resistance or this resistance? I don't know what the target is. So 136.80. Yeah, man. That's gonna be a long time. That's gonna be within, not the next 2 hours. That's gonna be within probably a couple tomorrow, maybe.
Oh, shoot.
If price does come down there. I wish we could have like a a chat. I'm gonna have a chat thing on YouTube where you have to be talking within the streams for like a good. You have to be watching, be active on the streams for like a week before you can chat. You know, that'd be cool.
Because
People want us like, people will get a better understanding of my trading style. Because if there's obviously people gonna be out there that's just gonna say like, so GJ coming down to like 131 levels. As I'm like, I'm gonna try and catch a move from here to here. It's like, or like buy to like 190. Like, whoa,
you know what? You mentioned that in your course. Like someone will say, gold is going here. Well, why do you say that? What's gonna make it move in such a great fashion so quickly, and yeah.
Yep.
Because I hear that even like, oh, GJ's gonna push up to 145. Well, tell me why.
Like looking at GJ right now, gold right now. Yeah, I was thinking probably pop up to like probably 1931 levels, right? But new trader to streams or new trader in general just be like, yeah, we're gonna go up to like 2050, and it's like, okay, we could go there potentially, but what's the reasoning behind that?
Exactly.
Why are we gonna go there? And they'll be like, oh yeah, well, price is bouncing off of this trend line here, and it's gonna go up. We want going up. And it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, so, whereas like a trader that's, has same training style as me, or like has been watching the streams for a bit longer, but understand like my key levels I'll be looking towards, because we understand price, right? We understand candles, understand price, understand why a candle's doing what it's doing, right? I'm correct. Don't you think before touching 137.70, 137.50 would be a barrier for GJ? 137.70. Let's take a look. Now I have 137.50 as my level. I'm saying because this is a resistance here, right? So if you were to actually close above this resistance, high probability we have a continue further up to fill the range, because we will be breaking this resistance. But if this resistance rejects, there's no buys, right? So we're gonna definitely need some type of closure above there to indicate that we're gonna continue to go up to fill the range. You get me? That's why it's like every time I get comments that's like, oh, I'm looking for gold buys here until like 2050. It's like I just kind of like, yeah, like it's like yeah.
2050.
I mean, it'll make
good
sense.
Lord.
Looking at gold though, I must say, if you do break this resistance, 931, I pop up towards like 1940 levels, and then if you break that resistance, yeah, it'll probably pop up above 1954, right?
But he's not saying today.
But when you have like people just saying like targets like unrealistic targets, it's like, well, you gotta break so many resistance levels here. And the reason why people be like, oh yeah, you want to just hold it from here to that level then. Well, it's like if you hold it from here to here, price, these are like resistance levels that price can potentially reject off of. So the same way you call that top and bottom should be the same way why aren't you looking at it in this instance then. For example, a top bottom trader would have called a buy like probably right here at the support, right? So if you're calling a buy at some random rejection area, why aren't you calling a sell at this resistance then? Because your bias is not biased. It's all emotions, right? You're like, oh yeah, it's not buy, it's not buy, it's not buy. But why don't you treat this double top, double bottom the same way you treat this? On tops and bottoms, right?
Hey Don, you know what I just recently started to understand?
Yeah.
For example, if you look at a chart on say the 4 hour, the daily, even the 1 hour, and you see some of these straight moves, you're like, oh my God, I should have taken that, or I could have taken that to the moon. But when I backed up to the 15 and the 30, you see where all the pullbacks are, and you would have got wicked out and faked out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those moves always look great on the 4 hour chart, the daily chart. All you see is a wick going straight up. But when you pull it back and you can see on the 15-minute chart, that chart might have moved 20, 30 pips in one direction and pulled back a bit, and you would have got stopped out long before you got to your exit, your take profit point that you see on the higher time frame.
Yeah.
It looks good, but there's more to the story.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, people like a lot of new traders like they pay attention to like just structure, but they don't pay attention to price, like candle structure, like price, just price in general.
Yeah, because like even on gold, if you look at gold, I see some huge wicks in there, and there's no way you could have stayed in that trade uh, for a 30 pip drop or
Yeah, but
a trend
swingers
sell.
probably did. You know, I mean, nothing wrong being a swinger, but it's just not my trading style anymore. You know, at all. But looking at this, I guarantee you, some has a chart looking like this. They have this in their chart right now. They have, oh yeah, it's a falling wedge. We're gonna break up, retest this, and go up. And this is their analysis. And it's like, it's like, why do you think price will? What makes you think price will go up here? Reject, come back down to retest this, and eventually go up. Is this some special line or something, right? It's like, well, if you pay attention to candle structure, you understand that if we were to break close above like certain levels here, like say if we close above this resistance on the 4 hour time from here, we can probably pop up to the next range here, and these would be your buys, right? And it's like, I just rather do that than just not pay attention to like the in details here. Yeah, man. Another reason why like I don't swing, for example, let's say I took a buy here above this resistance, and my target's like 2050, right? The reason why I wouldn't take profit there and I'll take profit here is because what happens with a lot of traders that if they were to take a buy here and their TP's at 2050 and price doesn't hit that level, price has to reject and start to come back down, start to get some type of drawdown, you're then gonna get emotions. And what's gonna happen later is you're gonna be like, shit, I should take profit here, right? And you didn't. And what's gonna happen is you're just gonna be very emotional now, and you're gonna try to revenge trade those pips that you just missed. Right? So it's like I'd rather just take profit here at these levels and then wait for more buys above this resistance here, coming up towards this resistance. And do so on, and to see this range here as a messy range, and then wait for buys above this level, coming up towards this level. I'd rather do that. But yeah, that's why I just don't swing anymore. I used to be a swinger, guys. Trust me. I used to be a swinger. Back in the good old days. But used to be a swinger. Used to be a hyper scalper. But now I can just say I'm just a regular intraday trader. Minor scalper, I guess. Right. Swinger parties too. I think the biggest swing I've had was like 900 pips on gold swing or something. Those are from like I think 1400 to 1500 on gold, about 1000 pips on gold swings. There's a lot. Yeah, that was probably the biggest swing I've had. Man, trading is so simple, guys. Not easy. It's simple, man. Like, the concept of trading is already like complex in general, but you can make it much easier for yourself, man. All you need is literally a line in a box, and we do it every morning. Every morning, all we do is have lines and a box on our screen and nothing else, and we just pay attention to candle structure and price action. That's it. And we do it on live stream as well, right? It's like, everything's here. But when you have like a magic indicator on your screen, it's like, why is that there? Like, what makes you think a price taps that indicator or crosses that indicator, you're gonna think that you can take buys? Is that some magic indicator? Or like the volume indicator, for example? Like, what's the reasoning behind a volume indicator? Or what's the reasoning behind like the EMA is crossing, the EMA is rejecting, right? It's like, what are those EMAs showing? Those EMAs are showing past support and resistance levels. So why don't you just have a line in a box on your chart instead of having an EMA telling you where your support and resistance is? Why don't you just judge it off your own eyes? Is it because you don't trust yourself? Is it because you want to rely on an indicator instead? Make your life easier? People are just like, kind of lazy, I guess. Not lazy, but you don't want to look too much into that, right? You just want to, rely on an indicator take a buy, take a sell based off an indicator, and then call it a day. Like a fib, what's the reasoning behind a fib? Or it's not just to bounce off some magic 61.8 retracement and then go up. If that's the case, then I just wait for that all the time, right? Or it's like, what's the magic behind price bounce off a trend line? Or what's the reasoning behind the volume indicator, right? For example, the volume indicator, you have no, like, that volume indicator, you have no info on the banks. So where's that volume indicator coming from? This is based on past data. That's all that is. The best volume indicator you can have is you understanding time frames, understanding structure, and understanding session openings and session closings, right? Because with a volume indicator, you understand that 8 a.m. here is the most volatile session, and you can actually tell. Look, just take a look at this. This is during, for example, let's go last week. Let's go on last week's example. Let's take a look during take a look at this. You have right here. You have Asian. This is Asian session, not as volume, not as volatile. You then have London, 3 a.m. London. Look how volatile it is. And then look, that's London opening, right? Look at New York closing, New York opening. This is New York opening. This is pre NY to London, so it wasn't bad. It was pretty volatile. And then New York opening, boom, boom. That's New York opening. Look how volatile that is, right? That's how you just read volume, just by understanding the session openings, session closings, right? You understand why, like what happens during an overlap, what happens during the London and New York overlap, you know. That's just my idea on volume channels. You don't really need a volume indicator to understand volume. It's all within the charts. Bro, what do you think about institutional candle or false breakout, whatever? How do you react to that? You know, I mean, shit. For example, like an institutional channel would be like, people would say that it's like this right here, right? For example, they'd be like, oh yeah, price right here, right? It came down, wicked us all out, and then closed back up in the range. Well, if you were trading price action, you wouldn't be in this situation at all. Or if you were to have our trading style, right? Because you understand that what happens with that institutional candle, all that is just a wick, right? And the reason why there's a wick there is because there's a resistance here. And look where price closed. Price closed right above it. Price did not close below support, meaning that there's no sells. If this kind of were closed below the support, it would make sense for the next candle to come down and fill the wick, coming down to maybe this support. But look where the candle's closed. The candle's closed back at support. So there's no sells here, right? People say this is like that wick that takes ever right now, because a lot of new traders, they'll enter positions here and here and here because they have FOMO from missing this move going up, going down, right? So that's why people say, oh yeah, it's this channel. Its price is pretty much, you know, orders getting filled here and price coming back up, you know, and it's just, that's why there's a wick there. But all that is just price did not close below support, and price started to reject off support. What happened in the next candle? The next candle closed bullish at support, indication that we're going to continue up with the bullish trend that we had here, right, for the day, because this is a bullish trend we have here on GJ. Because this is London, this is NY session, this is Asian session, this is London. London's bullish. Price get down to make support here, and then price continue back up at that support, go back up to retest the highs in London, and eventually continue up further. But that's all that is, you know. That's my thoughts on those candles. Like for example, right here, people gonna say that this is a institutional candle right here. Came down to your orders and then came back up. Look where it closed. It closed above this support. There's no sells. What happened to the next candle when it closed below? Closed below. Look what happened. Came back down. Came back down to follow its sell trend, right? And a lot of people are going buys here because this candle closed very strong bullish with a nice wick and it would be, oh yeah, institutional for us to go up. But man, the whole structure is bearish here, right? So It's pretty simple, man. You ain't gotta make it too hard for yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed that little education. If that helped you guys, you know, leave a like, support the stream. I appreciate it.
Like,
But you know, I just want to like, my goal here every morning is to make it easy for you guys. You know, make it simple. Not make anything, not make things too hard. You know, nothing like, you know, everything's just simple. Just organic. You know, everything's just pure organic. Support resistance. I mean, not support resistance. A box on land, right? Candles. That's all you have. Because what happens when those indicators go away? You have nothing else to look at, right? Whereas if everything goes away on the charts here, I also have candle structure. Because technically you can trade without any of these lines here. These lines are just for you get a better visual of the structure, right? Of the support and resistance. But technically, if you can eyeball it, support there, you know, it's just, you can kind of trade without these lines, but yeah. Candles will always be there. Candles will never change on any time frame. Candles structure will never change. You know, go on a weekly time frame, same concept. Go on a weekly, same concept as the 30-minute, as the 15-minute, right? For example, like, let's go back a little bit. Let's go like over here. What did price do here? Price made a resistance. Price made a support. This is your range. Price broke below the range, came down to the next support. Same concept, right? Candles will never change. Another example would be like, you know, what happened here? Price had a bullish trend prior to this. Price made a support here. Price came up, made support here. Price came up, made a resistance here. Came down, made a minor support here. This is your lower range that you have now. If price is closing bullish as support, high chance it has to continue back up to follow its bullish trend. Price came up to kind of fill the range here. Same concept, right? Look left, you have clear traffic coming up towards these levels, and this move is perfectly priced up, coming up towards that target. Just a mirror of that exact same level. So yeah, price action candles will always be there. Candles will never change on any time frame. Look what happened to that as well. Price never broke any lows here. You know, respected all lows here. Follow its uptrend. So it's pretty simple, man. You gotta make it too complex for yourself. Whoa, price is at 200? Oh no. Go back to the charts. I think the move is more significant than it is where our money is in a lot of stop loss. Let's take a look at this. What do you have here? Oh my god, I think the move is more significant than that. It is where our money and where people a lot. Stop loss. Yeah, but like, I think the market maker would be like, where's your stop loss? Let me go down, take out your stop loss, and go back up. The market doesn't care about retail traders, man. We don't even affect the markets at all. A billion of us, if a billion of us were to take the exact same trade for buys, we'll probably move the market by 1 pip. A billion people. But yeah, like for example, if you were to zoom up in this, like if you were to zoom up, let's zoom up in here. Look at price and focus on the candles. What happened here was price made a support. Look left. I don't know where left was, but price probably found support there. This is now your support found. The buys going back up made sense, right? Price closed bullish, and now you have this entire move to mirror going back up here. Come back in the range, right? So I mean, On a smaller time frame, I mean, because swing traders, yeah, their stop loss would be here. Because the reason why swing traders takes bias here because they'll see quadruple bottom here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'll put their stop loss without understanding structure, without understanding counts. They'll put their stop loss way below it instead of understanding counts and putting below the previous candle. So their stop loss will be down here, and that's why when people see these moves like this come down to break below this and come back up, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's a stop hunt for price to go back up, right? But if you're paying attention to candle structure, you understand that when candles break, price breaks certain candle structures, we have a high probability of going the other way. Go back to 90. There we go.
Don,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if the market makers even pay attention to the retail trader
Nah,
for
man,
the most part.
they don't even care about us, man.
Like, I see it like when I first started in this industry, I would see people crying and bitching about, oh my God, the market makers came and they took out my stop and they blah blah blah. I'm like, they didn't see your $45. They did not see your $45. It was it just wasn't even there. And I understand some of ICT, but he's not talking about you. He's not talking about the retail trader with a micro lot up on the board. He's talking about
No, man.
hundreds of
You
millions
need
of
a
dollars.
billion orders
Yeah, I mean,
to move
yeah,
one pip.
it's like-
A billion orders.
It's a $4 to $6 trillion market, and you don't even appear on the freaking board. They don't. And the retail trader, I think sometimes they get caught up in this, and I've heard someone talk about it, like talking about trades, you making the proper decisions and moves. The market maker's not thinking about you. Now, certain things like retail traders will put their stop losses at a certain point right past the candle wick and so forth. And it's obviously, from what I understand about ICT and institutional trade, certain things are obvious that certain people are going to put their stops here. They're going to resistance.
I have a good video on that. Here, guys, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this video. It's on my Instagram page. I think it's the third slide here. I talked about this exact situation. Let's say, for example, you take like others. People will take like sell positions here, right? Like, I'm just speaking in general because I've seen this happen the other day. Watch this. You take a sell here, and your TP was like down here, and you made this huge. You got this huge move today. How often, actually, is this move? Third slide. If you try to catch 10 pips every day, you know, lower pips, smaller range, you will have a more consistent relationship with the markets, right? So like that, so that's why I kind of stopped swing trading, because when I was a swing trader, I used to like to call it tops and bottoms. And when calling tops and bottoms, it causes a lot of emotions, because you're trying to have an edge on the market by trying to predict the next top and bottom of the markets, when you can just easily wait for markets to form, right? So like, for example, if I were to catch this one day, I would expect this same move to happen another day, and I'll try to force the same stuff again and again and again, and that will lead me to a lot of losses. Whereas now I'm just trying to catch 10 pips here. I don't have any type of emotions with my trades, because I understand that I messed up on a trade today, but if I were to take the same stuff tomorrow, I'll take the same 10 pips tomorrow as well, because this range could easily happen again tomorrow and the day after. Whereas another example would be like of you just have. I'm trying to find one way to talk about stop losses in general. Just be like, let's say for example, you take like others. I think we'll take like sell positions here, right? Like, I'm just speaking in general because I've seen this happen the other day. Let's say you take a sell here, and your TP was like down here, and you made this huge. You got this huge move today. How often is this move to happen again the next day? Not often, right? This is rare. It's not rare, but it's like it doesn't happen every day. So
No.
if you were to take this trade here, and you don't see this move happen again the next day, and you expect the same thing to happen again, what happens to your emotions? You're gonna start to revenge. You're like, I need to catch this huge move. Like, I need to catch these amount of pips again. Like, another reason would be like, for example, like here, like in this case. Oh yeah, right here. My bad, guys. It was right here. Where the top and bottom trader generally take sells at. They'll try to take sells at this for resistance, bouncing off of here. So they'll take sells on this wick, top of the wick, or look for sells here, right? So for the first position that might enter is gonna be right here, at the resistance. If that goes into drawdown more, they'll enter another position here. So they'll have 2 positions by now. And then obviously price came down here, right? But where I'll enter is I'll wait for this candle to close and then enter here. Listen, now I understand that there's a resistance. I understand that there's a resistance. Once price breaks, it will continue to come down. Because if you enter here, on top of the wick, top of this, where's your stop loss? If you enter on the top of this wick here, without any candles closing bearish at resistance, no type of confirmation at all, where will your stop loss be? It doesn't make sense, right? Because your next, here, listen. It's gonna be up here. Generally speaking, it's gonna be up here because you're identifying this as an entire range that price needs to respect this in order for us to come down, which makes sense, right? But if you enter off the candle opening of this, you understand that price has to respect this high in order for price to continue down. So if you enter top of the wick here, try and predict the next top and bottom, you try to put your stop loss above that range, which is going to be above here. But whereas if you enter off the candle closing, your stop loss is going to be the next previous candle high. Because you understand that price will break that high, it will be breaking structure, and it wouldn't make sense for us to go down, right? Because the price is breaking structure now, right? So see how it makes sense? So you're saving your, instead of getting those stop hunt moves, you already know where price is going to go if it were to break this structure, instead of, putting your stops above here and risking all this for no reason at all. Because if price breaks this candle here, where's it gonna go? Look left. This is all clean traffic coming up again towards the range, right? So that's my thoughts on those stop losses. That's like a perfect example of it. If you guys want to watch the video, go ahead, go on YouTube, go on our Instagram page and watch it. But I think that was a great example of it. Like for example, like another swing trader will be like, they'll be getting like sell positions here on like a higher time frame. If price were to come back up and break the structure here, if it were to come up and break above this level, it will be bullish now. The 4-hour candle will be bullish now. Therefore, there'll be a huge wick on the 4-hour time frame, and it's gonna go from here to here, and that's the wick. It's gonna look like this after. It's gonna go bullish, and it's gonna leave a nice wick. And then they'll say, oh yeah, it's an institutional candle, right? All it had is on a small time frame was price broke structure to go up. So you can view it as many things, but that's like another way of looking at it. Okay, I'm seeing 137,500 resistance. 137,500, yeah, that's a resistance. If you break above there, I'll say buys. But obviously we're done for a day, right? I had 3 trades today. 2 no loss at break even, and third one lost 3.8% on EJ. So now I'm trying to tell myself to get off the charts and come back tomorrow. But that EJ, no matter how good a trade looks, you gotta stick to your discipline. Because if you were to take that trade today because you see that it looks good, you'll think that's okay. Take the same to overtrade the next day again because that trade played out the way you wanted it to, but because you took 3 trades, you're thinking it's okay for next day to do the same thing again, and then it's a great bad habit. So no matter how good a trade looks, just stay out and call it a day, man. You don't need to catch it today. Catch it tomorrow.
I have not taken one trade. I haven't even seen a setup that looked like something that was worthy of a trade.
Yeah, like if I were to see buys above here, I'm not gonna take it. It looks clean. I'm not gonna take it though because I already took my 1 trade for the day, and I understand that today's a bank holiday. It'll be a lot less volatile.
Thank you for coming, showing up, even though it's only because Roger's not trading today. I'll be streaming today.
FABTS.
No, it's Canadian holiday today, and there's just no trade. We talked about this at the beginning. Just be careful. We all knew that we were just gonna strap in and watch paint dry, and that's basically what happened for 2 hours.
Actually,
no volume, no trading.
It wasn't as bad today.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as I've seen some regular days, no bank holidays or anything that were slower in this. But this is not bad. Like we had some volume today, kind of. 6:30 had volume. Probably not gonna get volume for GJ until like maybe the London the speech at like 11 in like 4 hours. 3 hours. But yeah. the sells he took was definitely from the London volume.
Yeah.
Definitely from London volume, not New York. New York opened up. The first NY candle was this, so it's not bad. This candle right here, this is the NY candle opening. So it's like a nice 13 pip range you have there, 13 pip candle. So it's not bad, but for us to go up, we're probably gonna need to respect this support or this support and then break above this resistance for us to go up, and that's the next move. So then, sells is gonna look pretty nasty because you have so much traffic at these levels here, below here. You know, this is like not enough of a range. You have like a 9 pip range there, not enough. But this down here will be pretty nasty as well. So guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna call it a day as it is. Not doing much here, so catch you guys tomorrow morning. I appreciate everyone
As
showing up
Monty
today.
say, don't get John Wick. Don't get Wick. John Wick.
Yeah.
Trying to take those trades.
Yeah, I hope everyone had a great day today, man. Subscribe if you guys haven't yet. Leave a like in the stream if you guys took the trade from earlier. If you guys want to watch the recap, go back and watch it. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, have a great day today. Don't overtrade.
All right, guys.
Peace.